welcome to Live Interactive English, everyone. Hello there, I'm Mike.
Hello there, I am Winnie, and today we are wrapping up day 2 of 2,000 years of knowledge, encyclopedic knowledge to be exact. And we found out that in day 1 we met this guy. His name's Pliny the Elder.
Oh, yes.
And he is pretty much the guy that we have to thank for books about stuff.
That's right. Now, you've probably never seen one of his encyclopedias in your local library.
Yeah.
If you have, it's probably worth millions of dollars because he was an ancient Roman who wrote this stuff more than, well, almost 2,000 years ago, 1,950 years ago or so. And actually, that was a big collection of knowledge that probably served and helped a lot of people for more than 1,000 years.
Right.
And then, of course, once they had printing presses and they could make books much quicker and more cheaply, encyclopedias became something people would collect. But of course, people learned a lot in those years between when Pliny wrote his one in ancient Rome and when they were printing them about 1,500 years later.
And don't fret if you say, okay, you know, Mike, Winnie, maybe I want to read all of this encyclopedic knowledge. Don't worry, because as Mike said in our last episode, you've got one in your pocket.
That's right.
You don't have to wait for a door-to-door salesman to come to your house and bring 20 books to your doorstep and then interrupt your day and you have to have a payment plan for all these books.
Or go to the library. It's on your phone, on the internet. Yeah, it's true. It's quite an amazing thing. I remember when this was possible and dictionaries were on like a CD-ROM. And it was like, oh my gosh, all that knowledge. But now, of course, it's even easier. You can literally look up anything in the world while you're standing outside waiting for the bus.
And you get the information just like that.
You will. And if you want, you might even be one of those people writing that information. That is the modern encyclopedia, although it's called something a little different. We're going to find out all about it right now.
By 2012, Encyclopedia Britannica had been put online, but it was already late to the party. In 2001, the way we access information changed forever thanks to the arrival of Wikipedia. Unlike traditional encyclopedias written by experts, Wikipedia allows anyone to contribute and edit articles. The site has been incredibly successful with hundreds of millions of page views daily. However, it also created new challenges. Not all information is accurate or reliable, and false information can be added quickly. Perhaps unsurprisingly, some people are turning to AI sources, such as Elon Musk's Grokpedia, which was released in 2025. Grokpedia's entries are written by an AI assistant, not humans. It promises to be closer to the truth, but at the moment, it largely copies Wikipedia entries.
All right, we are finishing day 2 of 2,000 years of encyclopedic knowledge. I and Mike, actually, we both love going on our phones and going down a rabbit hole of encyclopedia entries.
Yes, it's great.
So, as the article starts, by 2012, Encyclopedia Britannica had been put online, but it was already late to the party. And of course, the Encyclopedia Britannica started in the UK, the United Kingdom, and they realized, we need to kind of catch on to things. Because in 2001, the way we access information changed forever. Thanks to the arrival of Wikipedia, one of our personal favorites.
2001 was when Wikipedia started.
Wow.
That is incredible. And of course, Encyclopedia Britannica was a big company that used to sell big books.
Yeah, so
they were probably thinking, we don't want to put the big books online because we won't make any money.
Yeah.
But Wikipedia, like many other websites, totally changed the game. It says, unlike traditional encyclopedias written by experts, like they still are, Wikipedia allows anyone to contribute and edit articles. The site has been incredibly successful, with hundreds of millions of page views daily.
I mean, that number doesn't shock me.
No, not really.
I mean, I was just on Wikipedia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if I go 4 or 5 times a day, I'm going on a few thousand times a year myself.
Exactly.
So there you go. And yes, it is very unusual. Encyclopedia Britannica, many of these other ones, they're still made today, right? And they still have scientists and doctors and experts writing on their topics. Wikipedia is a little different.
Yeah.
It has contributors, basically people like you and me. You should know what you're talking about.
Yes.
But you can go on, and then other people will check your information, right? So it's not just filled with lies and you know, guessing. It is actually filled out with a lot of good information, but yes, sometimes the information will change even from minute to minute.
Right. Well, safe to say, if Pliny the Elder was still here, they'd be editing his encyclopedia.
Oh, he would be on there. He would be a super editor, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Sitting in a Starbucks in his Roman toga.
Okay, continuing on with the article. However, it also created new challenges. Not all information is accurate or reliable, and false information can be added quickly. This is true. I do remember in high school, our teachers banned us from using Wikipedia in our essays because of the fact that people were able to edit them. You did not need to be an official person or a scholar or a scientist of that field in order to just sign in on your email and edit it.
That's a really good point. So if you're looking for quick information that's easy to get, Wikipedia is great. But yeah, if you're doing high-level scientific research or, you know, things for your school grades where the teacher will make sure everything is true, you might look it up on Wikipedia, but then double check it from other more serious sort of places.
Right.
All right, let's go over to Hanny. She's got lots to tell us, and she never gets a contributor because it's all from her own brain.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 今天要继续介绍百科全书。在2001年，由于维基百科的出现，人们取得资讯的方式永远改变了。它允许任何人来撰写跟编辑文章。那这个网站获得巨大成功，每天有数亿次的浏览量。不过呢，并非所有资讯都是正确或可靠的，错误资讯也有可能迅速被加入。文中用到 contribute。这个动词在这里指撰稿、投稿。Mike 老师说的 contributor 则表示撰稿人或是公稿者。介绍课文中。
All right, thank you so much, Hanny. We have gone over a little bit on the tip of the Wikipedia iceberg, which is if you've got a little question in mind, you don't have to go to a library and open up an encyclopedia, find the topic you want in alphabetical order, go to that page. All you have to do is pull out your phone, make sure it has some battery on it, make sure you got your Wi-Fi on, and you just have to type it into Google.
And so as we move on with technology, we will see that technology influencing and changing encyclopedias even into the future. As it says, perhaps unsurprisingly, some people are turning to AI sources, such as Elon Musk's Grokpedia, which was released in 2025. But yeah, we can see how to get more work done more quickly, AI could help out, especially when we're researching old things that we know a lot about already. But yes, Elon Musk released this new kind of Wikipedia type encyclopedia, online encyclopedia just last year. When something is released, it is let out there into the world. Now you can release an animal if an animal gets hurt, and then you take it to a vet and they fix that bird's wing. After it's better, they will release that bird. They will let it go. If a person goes to jail because they committed a crime, if they're there for 5 years and they promise to be good, they will be released, they'll be let back. And we also use it for new products from companies. A new singer could release a new song. Netflix or a Hollywood studio will release a new movie. On this day, you can go and see that movie. And companies are often advertising new products. Ooh, new shoes, I want those. When will they be released? When will they be out there in the store or online where I can buy them and get my hands on them? For example, fans were excited when the second movie was released. They'd been hearing about it for months. Now they can actually see it.
Right. And for Elon Musk, he was thinking, well, I want in on this Wikipedia encyclopedia game. He said, I want to do my own. Okay. So continuing on with the article, Grokpedia's entries are written by an AI assistant not humans. So I guess in his case, he thought, well, I don't have to pay anyone. I don't have to give them benefits. I don't have to make sure they have a house to live in.
I see.
So I guess I could understand that. And it says that it promises to be closer to the truth, but at the moment, it largely copies Wikipedia entries.
Oh, I'm going to make my own encyclopedia too. Encyclopedia Myclica. And I'm just going to copy Wikipedia entries.
Wow, okay, so he's not really doing much to do the creative process. We also have the word entries or an entry, which means to put something in writing, or in these cases, Wikipedia entries are one article talking about a specific topic or person or thing. And so, for example, you could say, Clara wrote several entries in this year's report. That means for several times she has written something and entered it or put it somewhere on a cloud or something. And so in this case, though, Grokkapedia hasn't been creating their own entries.
No, they've been using an AI assistant. And an assistant is a person generally, although it could be technology, but someone whose job it is to help another person with their work.
Right.
For example, Oliver works as a teaching assistant at the university. Some of those classes can be hundreds of students.
Yeah.
The professor can't, mark every page or mark every test. The teaching assistants, often called TAs, they do a lot of the work.
Right.
All right, let's go over to Hanny. Are we her assistants or is she our assistant?
Or maybe we're each other's teaching assistants.
Oh, interesting. All right, well, we like to help.
Yeah.
接下来呢，有些人就开始转向了人工智慧，像伊隆马斯克推出的 Grokkapedia， 它的条目是由 AI 助手撰写，承诺会更接近真相。可是目前它主要是复制维基百科的条目。来看单字 release 是动词，表示推出、发布、上映、发行或是有释放的意思。Entry 名词，表示百科字典中的条目、词条。Assistant 则是名词，表示助手、辅助者或者是助理。介华课文中。
All right, thank you so much, Hanny. And I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about encyclopedias. I've learned a lot about Wikipedia, and I've learned a lot about the Grokkapedia. It is, in fact, not a rash.
No, it is not a rash. It is an online dictionary that you can use, but be a little careful trusting the information. Now we have so much more to learn, so let's go to the second part of the article, and then we will be right back to chat about it.
Many people say that the ideas included in Grokkapedia are offensive or simply false. AI encyclopedias might improve in the future, but right now they're still only as good as the information they're fed. From Pliny to AI assistants via Wikipedia's collaborative platform, encyclopedias have transformed dramatically. When we look to the future, the format will likely continue to change, and so too will the facts. But humanity's hunger for knowledge and our drive to share it, that will never change.
All right, we are back talking about the latest addition to online encyclopedias, Grokkapedia, brought to you by the same guy who brought us Tesla cars and SpaceX and robots and other things, Elon Musk. Now, some people aren't fans of it. They're kind of saying it's not written by real people. It uses AI to write the article, so it can get filled with bad information.
So I don't know. Let's see what the article says. Many people say that the ideas included in Grokkapedia are offensive or simply false. Okay, so this is a little bit different because Wikipedia, they have a level of accountability. So if they say something wrong, you better bet that some people are going to say, actually, that is not true. But in this case, we don't know. So AI encyclopedias might improve in the future, but right now, they're still only as good as the information they're fed, which is true about AI, because AI is not able to create by itself. They're really kind of just the people who, or the the technology that scours what is out there and kind of just regurgitates it back.
There you go.
So that's kind of the problem we're facing. And of course, they're saying that the entries might be offensive. And offensive means insulting or something that is mean-spirited. So for example, Cody apologized for his offensive comments. That means Cody was not saying very nice things. When something is offensive, that means you're trying to attack someone or you're trying to offend someone and make them not feel so good.
Yeah, if someone is being called racist or sexist, attacking someone because of how they look, where they're from, or if they're a man or a woman or that kind of thing, that's very offensive. And of course, if that gets mixed up with the information that we're all collecting about the world, this can give people a very incorrect view of what is actually happening. But anyways, that's the warning for Grokpedia. But we're not saying that encyclopedias aren't very useful and powerful. Just choose your encyclopedia carefully. It says, from Pliny to AI assistance via Wikipedia's collaborative platform, encyclopedias have transformed dramatically. It's true, you might have problems with Grokpedia, but it's a lot easier to get access to Grokpedia on your phone than to go and carry around Pliny's 37 books.
Yeah, I can see the value in that.
Yeah, things have definitely been transformed by technology, especially just in the last, 20 years or so. It's really quite incredible how quickly things have transformed. Transform is basically like to change, to go from one thing to another thing. It's not the same. Time has probably passed as well. You might have an idea, and then as you learn more things about your idea, it changes a little bit. Some of the details get switched around. The plan hopefully becomes better. That is transforming. For example, traveling is a great way to transform your understanding of the world. So it's changing, it's growing, it's developing over time.
Right. Well, who will never transform into anything bad?
Who's that?
Hanny.
Because she's perfect.
She'll transform into an even nicer, more beautiful Hanny every single day.
Angel Hanny.
许多人表示 Grokpedia 当中包含的内容具有冒犯性，或是根本是错误的。这时候 Winnie 老师谈到维基百科至少还有人会负责指出错误，那么 AI 则是到处搜刮资料，再照本宣科的丢出资讯。老师说的 accountability 这个名词表示负责、问责，还有用到 scour 这个动词表示认真搜索、细查，还有 regurgitate 这个动词则表示不加思考的重复、照搬、照本宣科。好，那课文单字 offensive 它是形容冒犯的、令人反感的、具攻击性的。课文接着写到，从普林尼经由维基百科协作平台，再到这个 AI 助手，百科全书经历了巨大的转变。那文中用到 transform 这个动词，就是彻底改变、使转变。接华课文中。
All right, back to our article. We're wrapping things up and we're going to finish off our article with this.
Let's go. When we look to the future, the format will likely continue to change, and so too will the facts. And of course, format, we are talking about the structure of things, okay? And that is always going to change because we're always finding better ways to do things, okay? But so too will the facts. That means the facts are also probably most likely going to change.
Well, the world will change.
Yeah,
it's true.
Exactly. Continuing on. But humanity's hunger for knowledge and our drive to share it, that will never change. And of course, when we're talking about humanity, we're talking about anything in regards to people or mankind. So for example, you could say, depending on how it's used, technology can both harm and help humanity. That is also a topic of debate. And I agree. We are never going to stop asking questions.
No, and the world will never stop changing, and people will always need to know about stuff.
Yep.
And that's why a good encyclopedia is one of the first places you should go to check and to learn. The second place you should go to check and to learn is over to Hanny.
Hanny.
课文最后提到，展望未来，形势很可能会持续改变，事实也将随之改变。不过，人类对知识的渴望以及分享知识的动力，则永远不会改变。用到单字 humanity， 它就是指人类、人性。那这边有两个重点，第一个是跟 look 相关的片语动词 ，look to 可以指展望、指望，像 look to the future 就是展望未来 ，look to somebody for something 则表示指望某人提供某事。 例如 They looked for me to find a solution. 他们指望我找到解决办法。第二个学到 look for， 它表示寻找、期望得到。举例来说 Ron is looking for his phone. Ron 正在找他的手机。那第三个介绍是 look up， 它可以表达查询、查阅。像 She looked up the word in an online dictionary. 她在线上字典查那个单字。再来第二个重点是 so 加上助动词或 be 动词加主词，表达什么什么也是，是用来肯定附和前面的子句。那么 so 在这边当副词表示也是。要用连接词 and 来连接前后两个子句，我们也可以用分号分开写成两个句子。那么助动词或 be 动词是要依照前面的子句的动词变化，而它的单复数则是要搭配后面的名词。我们这边造两个例句 Anne loves cheese, so do I. Anne 热爱起司，我也是。Ed is going to the concert, and so are we. Ed 要去演唱会，我们也要去。好，那这篇课文中
Okay, we have a what do you think question before we say goodbye to you guys. Here it is. Do you think it is a good idea for online encyclopedias to rely on AI?
Okay, part of me is saying I understand the use of AI can kind of very quickly filter through all of this information and kind of in an unbiased way. You know, they don't have their own thoughts or opinions. However, with that being said, AI also doesn't have the ability to say this is fake or this is bad or inaccurate facts. So it's kind of like, is this a really good helper? Is this good for us? I don't know. I've got mixed feelings. What do you think?
I will say no. AI is not the best way to write an encyclopedia entry since it makes mistakes. AI as it is now.
Right.
It could develop and get better in the future.
Okay.
But right now, I think there's enough cases of AI saying crazy stuff that we shouldn't use only that.
Yes.
So I think this is actually a concern, especially when we're talking about facts and information that we should all agree on as the truth and we should all trust.
Right.
Because when it comes to facts and information, we should trust that this information is right and true and accurate.
Right.
All right, guys, we're going to review this article one more time, but we will see you back here next time. Until then, all the best. Take care and bye-bye.
By 2012, Encyclopedia Britannica had been put online, but it was already late to the party. In 2001, the way we access information changed forever thanks to the arrival of Wikipedia. Unlike traditional encyclopedias written by experts, Wikipedia allows anyone to contribute and edit articles. The site has been incredibly successful with hundreds of millions of page views daily. However, it also created new challenges. Not all information is accurate or reliable, and false information can be added quickly. Perhaps unsurprisingly, some people are turning to AI sources, such as Elon Musk's Grokpedia, which was released in 2025. Grokpedia's entries are written by an AI assistant, not humans. It promises to be closer to the truth, but at the moment, it largely copies Wikipedia entries. Many people say that the ideas included in Grokpedia are offensive or simply false. AI encyclopedias might improve in the future, but right now they're still only as good as the information they're fed. From Pliny to AI assistants via Wikipedia's collaborative platform, encyclopedias have transformed dramatically. When we look to the future, the format will likely continue to change, and so too will the facts. But humanity's hunger for knowledge and our drive to share it, that will never change.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 release 动词，表示推出、发布、上映、发行或是释放。Entry 名词，表示百科字典中的条目、词条。Assistant 名词，表示助手、辅助者或是助理。Offensive 是形容词，形容冒犯的、令人反感的或是具攻击性的。Transform 动词，表示彻底改变、使转变。 humanity 名词表示人类、人性。文法的部分，我们第一个学到跟 look 相关的片语动词 ，look to 可以指展望、指望 ，look for 可以表达寻找、期望得到 ，look up 则表示查询、查阅。第二个学到 so 加助动词或 be 动词加主词，可以表达什么什么也是。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Urban usually refers to the city, and today's location is an urban hotspot in Taichung City called Fantasy Story. Let's find out more about this popular spot. Fantasy Story is a project to transform old streets and alleys of Taichung City into attractive urban hotspots for both locals and tourists. The project started out on Lane 117, Section 1, Meicun Road, Taichung City. It has slowly expanded to other areas since then. Most of the stores in Fantasy Story's creative community are old buildings. They have a different feel from the stores on the big streets. You can find many handmade items on sale in the market area. In addition, the area offers a selection of clothing and jewelry. There is a little something for everyone at Fantasy Story's creative community. So, if you're in the mood for shopping or simply want to admire how old buildings have been given new life, Fantasy Story is the perfect place to spend a day with your family and friends.